Hello and welcome to this week's What's Hot. Now, if you watched last week's video, you would have seen me musing about the infrastructure-related stocks that may benefit from a house-building hyperdrive. Now, internally, I was reminiscing about the good old days of formerly listed Baggeridge Brick, which was bought for £89 million by Austria's Wienerberger in 2007. But of course, I missed a stock that is still listed. And there is, of course, Brickability with its market cap of £226 million. Now, it is diversifying away from its traditional house building bricks and mortar market. It's going into specialist cladding installation and remediation contracting businesses. Now, it has released its full year results, and against a challenging economic background, they managed to increase gross profit by 6% to almost £106 million. Now, post the Grenfell disaster, cladding remediation, which is eradicating the unsafe, the toxic and the flammable, eradicating those dangers to make them safe, has become an essential. It's something that Light Science Technologies is focusing to with its fire protection division, as Chief Executive Simon Deacon told me in an interview for Focus IR.
The passive fire protection has got a huge market with a £50 billion market in the UK. And there's a lot of buildings which need work doing on them to make them fire safe. And you would have seen in the press a lot of people who can't get mortgages, can't sell their property, can't get insurance. And so we're managing to put the barrier protection, the technology into these buildings to save the removal of the facade, which is really important because it's a cost saving. It saves in time, but also in money, which means the occupants can get mortgages, they can sell their properties and they can get insurance, which is really important. So there's over 11,000 tall buildings at a risk, and there's over 33,000 buildings in the country which need this remedial work doing on them. So there's around 20 years worth of work.
Also last week, I told you about the changes at handbag maker Mulberry. Now, the transition to a new chief executive was amicable. I'm not so sure about fashion house Burberry. As William Farrington writes, there was a dramatic trading session at the beginning of the week, with Burberry's valuation plummeting more than 16% after parting ways with Chief Executive Jonathan Akeroyd. Burberry also suspending its dividend, stating that it expects to make a loss for the first half of the financial year, despite its trench coats most certainly being the fashion must-have necessity for this very wet summer. And Hugo Boss shares also a damp squib this week after cutting its sales outlook. Now, as I record this, Gareth Southgate has resigned as England's manager. However, the hospitality sector is no doubt raising a glass to him, saying cheers for getting the team to the final. Think Wetherspoons, think Mitchells and Butler, think Whitbread, and of course think Domino's pizza. To his good health. Cheers, Gareth, and thank you. I hope you're well. I'll be back same time next week.